Hello everyone, this is Dr. Karthik. I'm an anesthesiologist from AIMS New Delhi. So today we'll be seeing about COVID vaccines. So what are COVID vaccines? So before going to that, I'll give you a small example. So assume there are two buildings, two 10-story buildings, both have caught fire. Okay. So I'll give you 50 people, 50 youngsters for one building and 50 firefighters for the second building. I give them all equipments to fight the fire. I give them water. I give them firefighting tanks, everything. So now you tell me which group of people would be effectively extinguishing the fire. Obviously, the building with the firefighters, those firefighters will easily extinguish the fire. Now, both the teams, both the group of people have the physical ability to do, have all the equipments to put off the fire. But why did the firefighters do a better job? Because they are trained to do that. Now, what is the similarity between this and the COVID vaccines? So now assume that the firefighters are the immune system and the fire is COVID. So when the immune system is trained to take care of COVID, to fight against COVID, it will do a better job. The people, the immune system which is not trained to put off the fire will not do a better job. Okay, so now how is this training given? This training can be given by various ways. You can educate the firefighters, you can take classes, you can take seminars, you can give practical experience, you can give practical exposure, you can conduct mock training sessions for firefighting. You can take them to a place, build a small hut, put that hut on fire, and then you can ask them to put off the fire. So there are various types of trainings available. Similarly, there are various types of COVID vaccines available, but all those, the final aim is to train the firefighters. So that all COVID vaccines, the final aim is to train your immune system to fight against COVID. So there are two types of immunity. One is active immunity and one is passive immunity. So now what I've told till now is called active immunity. Is that you train your immune system to fight against COVID. Now there is one more entity called a passive immunity. In that, what do you do? Suppose the same building is there, it has got fire. You have 50 youngsters to put off the fire. Among that 50 youngsters, I give you 5 firefighters alone. So now would you be able to put off the fire effectively? Yes, you would be able to put off the fire effectively as compared to 50 youngsters only, but then you will not have the same efficiency as you had with 50 firefighters, 50 firefighters. So when you have a mild disease or a moderate disease, you can have you can fight with five firefighters alone. So this is achieved by your plasma therapy. In plasma therapy, what do you do? One person has already acquired COVID, he has recovered from COVID, he has developed antibodies against COVID, and you are taking that immunity, that antibody from that person, and giving it to another person so that he can fight his COVID in a better way. But it will not be as effective as you give an active immunity. It will not be as effective as you train the second person's immunity against COVID. So will vaccines cause harm? Okay. So now we have taken those firefighters to a mock training session, mock firefighting session. You have built a small hut, you have put fire on the hut, and you have asked the firefighters to fight, to put off the fire. You will not have any damage to lives, you would not have any big damage to property. What you will have is that you will have impressions of the firefight which has taken place. You will have the ashes of the hut, you will have those impressions which that training has taken place. So similarly, you will have impressions that you have trained your immune system. How is that impression? You would have mild fever, you may have a body pain, you may have pain at the injection site, but you will not have any major side effect of vaccines. So can we do without vaccines? Okay. So now you assume that building has got fire. If that fire is limited to one small place, these 50 youngsters who are not trained can go and put off fire because they know they have water, they know that water can put off fire and they can put off that fire. Suppose the whole building is blazing with fire, all the 10 floors are blazing with fire. Will these same 50 youngsters go and be able to put off that fire? Definitely not. Because for that amount of severity, you need trained firefighters to come and fight. So, for a mild COVID disease, your natural immunity itself can handle it. But for a severe COVID disease, you need a trained immune system to handle it. So that is where vaccines come into a play. Okay, now COVID versus vaccine, which is more dangerous? You are hearing about vaccine related deaths. Whether are they truly related to vaccine? We don't know. I don't know. No one knows the answer. No one has the answer for that. Why? Because suppose you assume that one person has got his vaccine today, after 3 days he dies. We don't know whether that death was due to his vaccine. Why? Because we don't know if he would have survived after 3 days without that vaccine because that person is already dead. See, that person has taken his vaccine, he is dead after 3 days. We can't create another scenario where the person would not have taken the vaccine and he would have lived for more than 3 days because we don't have a control variable. We don't have that person alive to prove that he would live after 3 days even without the vaccine. So, so to understand this, I'll give you a few statistics. I'll give you statistics from India, not from abroad. I'll give you statistics from India. From the last wave till this wave, the total number of COVID cases have been 2 crore in India, around 2 crore as of date. And the total number of deaths due to COVID are 2 lakhs. Nearly 1% of 2 crore people have been are dead because of COVID. And we know that these deaths are directly attributed to COVID. And as on date, we have around 15 crore people who are vaccinated with at least one dose of vaccine, and there might be one or two deaths after this, and even that death we don't know whether it was due to the vaccine or not. So you compare 2 crore people having COVID and 2 lakh people dying out of it with direct uh, relation to COVID, and 15 crore people who have been vaccinated with one or two deaths which we don't know exactly if it is due to that vaccine or not. So that's why vaccines are safe. COVID or vaccine, vaccines are safe. So now, should can you get COVID after a vaccine? Yes. Why? Now suppose that building is there. I am giving you 50 trained firefighters to encircle that building, put them on 24 hours duty. Just because of their presence, would you be able to tell that inside that building fire will not happen at all? No. There can be some short circuit, there can be some matchstick falling down on some paper. Fire can occur, that fire can spread, that fire can involve a room. But then these firefighters will be in a better position to handle that situation. So, COVID vaccine, having a COVID vaccine does not prevent you from getting COVID, it prevents you from getting severe COVID. So, this is not the reason for you to not get a vaccine. So, you can get COVID even after vaccine. You should follow all precautions even after vaccine, and you should get a vaccine. So, now there are some contraindications. Who should not take COVID vaccine? Those people who are less than 18 years. Children should not get COVID vaccine. Why? Because will something happen if they get COVID vaccine? We don't know because adequate trials have not been carried out on children. So that's why we advise them, those below 18 years are not advised to take COVID vaccine. Once those trials are out, once those results are out, and if they are found safe, then less than 18 years also can take vaccine. So till then we'll have to wait. The same applies to pregnant women and breastfeeding women, women who are breastfeeding their kids. These people also should not take COVID vaccines. Why? Because the same reason, adequate trials have not been performed on them. Until then, we'll have to wait. And if you have an allergic reaction to your first dose of COVID vaccine, you should not take a second dose of COVID vaccine. And then if you are allergic to any drugs, any medicines, any tablets, any injections in previous times, you should not, if you have a severe allergic reaction to any of the medicines earlier, you should not get a COVID vaccine because you may be allergic to this vaccine also. So this has to be decided on an individual case-to-case basis, discussing with your doctor. And if you have active COVID, you should not take vaccine. Now suppose that building is blazing on fire actively. Now will you go and call those people around, you call them and tell them that you will go and train them to do firefighting? You will not do that. You will not do that during when a fire is going on actively. Similarly, when active COVID is going on, you can't put a vaccine and train the immune system. And suppose that building is affected by an earthquake. An earthquake has occurred just now, and that building is affected. That building has crashed down, and people are going and rescuing people inside. And at this point of time, you would not call the rescuers and ask them, you come along with me, I'll go and train you for firefighting. You will not do that. Similarly, when a patient is admitted in a hospital with some other disease other than COVID and he's suffering in a critical condition there, you will not give COVID vaccine to that patient. So you should not give COVID vaccine to any acutely ill patient. Next, if you have had any vaccine previously in the past 2 weeks, you should not give COVID vaccine. It might be you could have given a chickenpox vaccine, a typhoid vaccine, a pneumococcal vaccine, any vaccine which you have taken 2 weeks earlier. After 2 weeks only, after 2 weeks from the first vaccine, you should take COVID vaccine. And if you have received plasma therapy for COVID in the preceding times, it is better that you wait for 8 weeks and then take a vaccine on an individual case-to-case basis discussed with your doctor. And then if you had a history of COVID, you had COVID earlier and you're recovered from that, in that case also, you should wait for more than 4 to 6 weeks or 8 weeks before taking the vaccine. And then suppose you get vaccinated with your first dose, and after the first dose, after a few days, you get COVID. Again, the same rule applies for your second dose. You should wait till the COVID resolves and wait for at least 4 to 6 weeks and then take your second dose. You get COVID after vaccine. You have heard people saying that I took my vaccine on this date, after 3 to 4 days I got COVID. So did that vaccine cause that COVID? Definitely not. See, vaccine contains a killed virus, an inactivated virus or virus particles injected into your body that stimulates your immune system to produce antibodies against that virus. That does not mean that the virus will multiply inside your body and cause COVID. So why did you get COVID after your vaccination? It is because the vaccination center might have been crowded, proper social distancing would not have been followed, people would not have worn masks properly, people would not have used hand sanitizers properly. So from that situation, you could have got COVID, which would have manifested after a few days. So after vaccine, after your first dose and your second dose, after around 2 to 4 weeks after your second dose only, you get adequate levels of immunity, adequate levels of antibodies against COVID. So until then, you are not fully protected. So in the interim, you can get a severe COVID if you are exposed to COVID. So that is why even after vaccination, after your first dose, after your second dose, even after that, you should follow all COVID precautions meticulously as you were following before vaccination. So now, after listening to all this, if you ask me whether, doctor, should I get vaccinated against COVID, I do not have the answer because I have not seen you personally. You should ask this question to your doctor, to your family physician, to your family doctor, to your doctor nearby. If you have any doubts, you should ask that doctor and then get his advice or her advice on going about vaccination. And I would disclose that I have taken COVID vaccination. I have advised all my known to people to get vaccinated. I have told all my family members to get vaccinated who are all eligible. So whether you should get vaccinated or not, you should take the decision. Thank you.